Welcome to the boys edition of Welcome to the boys edition of Lane College versus LeMoyne-Owen, one of the most intriguing rivalries in Division II sports. And I hope you enjoyed our girls beat the LeMoyne-Owen Magicians, which only took about 5 more minutes to do. Great to have you with us. Julian Atkins here with Drama Jeffries. And Drama, if you're ready to step up and marry this type of atmosphere here at Lane College, just go ahead and say I do, because you're looking at one of the most intriguing rivalries in HBCU Division II football, which has a lot of crowd animosity. That is animosity from the crowd and big plays and a little bit of jaw-jacking. And you can't spell HBCU rivalry without that. And out of all of the stuff that I listed that you actually can't spell HBCU rivalry with, we're only looking forward to the big plays and not the crowd animosity and the jaw-jacking.
Oh, most definitely. If I had to say so myself, I would definitely say this is one of the most intense games of the semester. This game right here brings in a very big crowd. This game right here alone makes the game of basketball seem way more fun. The Magicians are now with the possession and the three-point attempt. Now with a jump ball.
The Dragons control the tip. The Magicians will have next possession as they take it out down low. This is Devin Booker. Gonna dish down low, but it's to no avail and stolen away by the Dragons. And here they come on a fast break.
Three-point attempt.
Three-pointer attempt is no good, and the second chance opportunity is good.
That was
they
a
give
great
that to
by D'Angelo Brown.
Yeah, D'Angelo Brown, a great emerging player from last year to this year too.
Yeah, he's definitely emerging. He's definitely, to be from Detroit, Michigan, he's definitely showing a lot of style on the floor.
And here come the Magicians with an answer. Jaquan Lawrence, the junior from Chicago, Illinois, ties the game. And here come the Dragons on the top of the circle. That was Fulks.
The game already alone is intense, even with it just being tied 2-2.
Down low to White. Baseline jumper, and knocks it down in the face of Lawrence.
That was a great two-pointer. Ray White, he is definitely a very key asset to the team, in which we needed from last year. This right here, he is definitely adding more to our team, especially with the LeMoyne-Owen Magicians being very big in the paint.
And here's Johnson crossing the timeline, and the Dragons are faced with this 3-2 offense, but it doesn't seem to phase Fulks, but he couldn't finish off the glass. And here come the Magicians. Curry gonna work it up against Fulks, and Curry gonna take it all the way in and lay it in easily. And Lane College not wasting any time. Fulks, they're gonna slow things down. Top of the circle it goes to Fulks, actually Johnson. Fulks gonna dish, and he'll be charged with an offensive foul. A little bit too aggressive was Fulks down there in the paint. And here come the Magicians. That's Tyrone Banks. With a crossover, step back three is no good. And the rebound goes to the Dragons. Skip pass, fast break, here they come. Johnson for three, in and out of the rim. And the Magicians on a fast break, here they come. Inside it goes, and a foul drawn by, I don't think I have a number 30 on my roster. Actually, that was 31, Toriano Stokes, that drew the foul. He'll go to the line for a pair.
From Tyrone Banks. Number 3, Tyrone Banks drew the foul.
That was Stokes. And he rims out on the first one as we have a fresh sub. Fox is going to take a seat, and Daniel Hill's going to check in for the Dragons. 4-square game here at JF Lane Gymnasium as the bank is open at the free throw line for Stokes. Gives the Magicians the lead. Across the timeline goes Hill. Top of the circle, trying to work inside into traffic, and he's not going to finish, but it's going to knock out of bounds to the Dragons. Here's White. Baseline jumper, another attempt, hits nothing, and here come the Magicians on offense. Tyrone Banks gonna dish to Lawrence, and he almost lost the handle. He got it back from the baseline. They're gonna reset it, get it to Lawrence, working it up against White, but could not connect. And here comes Johnson, look out into the lane of Temper, going coast to coast. Johnson, what a take. Here's Banks Jr. Lawrence now going to dish it to Booker. Jordan Booker for three, in and out.
You would have thought that he would have called a moving screen on that last play.
Hill off front iron, but
Number
possession
13,
remained, and what
for
a
Lane College
cutback.
Dragons. Exactly. That two-pointer right there definitely put a lot of control on the mark.
D'Angelo Brown with that two-pointer, and Lawrence
The
not
slip and
connecting
fall.
on the other end. As he slipped and fell off his footing a little bit. Daniel Hill is going to skip pass. Ooh, what a behind-the-back dribble. And Hill's going to retain possession. Going to shoot a deep three, no good. And Brown retains possession, fresh 20. And another three-point attempt is good.
That was good.
Tyler Henry.
That was great ball movement and great ball control from the Lane College Dragons. That right there showed a lot of control on the board.
Putting their step early on this rivalry as they're up 6. Here's Tyrone Banks into the lane of Temper, off the glass and in.
The Magicians are definitely showing a lot of energy in this first quarter. With another three.
And another three knocked down. Tyler Henry. How you like me now? He's on fire. That's 2 in a row. And the Dragons seize the early momentum. In a packed house.
The game is
to answer,
now.
No good.
And the Lane College Dragons have the possession.
Here they come on offense. Johnson gonna dish outside, and another three on the way. And a D'Angelo Brown knocks that one down. Extends the lead to 10. The Dragons tightening their grip. But plenty of time left. 13:55 left to go in the first half. Tyrone Banks going to try to answer, and he knocks it down in the face of Hill.
That was definitely a three-pointer to remember. He's definitely trying to put his mark in this game right now. Not trying to let the Lane College Dragons get away. And Tyler, he's definitely showing.
On fire, but he can't knock that one down.
Definitely with that attempt. I definitely believe he will be back to the three-point line, if I must say so. Don't you believe it, Julian?
Yeah, I believe it too, as Henry gonna take it into the lane of Temper, and a turnaround jumper, no good. White the rebound. Lane College retains possession. Brown gonna dish it to Hill, and they're gonna slow things down.
With the Lane College Dragons leading 17-10.
The big man gonna shoot a three and knock it down. Extends the lead to 10 again.
Definitely putting a lot of momentum into this crowd. This crowd is definitely going wild for the home team.
Last time the Dragons were in Memphis, lost this game, but a corner shot was knocked down. Give that to Devin Booker. The Dragons actually lost this game the first go around, 73-71 in Memphis.
That was a great crossover.
Henry.
Tyler.
And he free throw line.
And he definitely
knocks it down. Wow. We've got an intense game early, and we're not even 10 minutes into the game, Jamal.
Right there, Julian. We can't afford those type of calls at the beginning of this game. We have to keep our composure and really work for that.
That'll bring us to our first media timeout. I hope you've enjoyed the offensive fireworks that we've been seeing here early on in the game. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the action here at J.F. Lane Gymnasium. And it goes D-O-W-N in the J.F. Gym. Drama Jeffries, alongside Julian Atkins with you. Not even 10 minutes into the game, and we've already got action from the home team so far, Jamor.
I can definitely agree. We definitely have a lot of high energy in this gymnasium. The home team is definitely amped for this game. I definitely wouldn't say there is definitely going to be a lot of sweat on this floor today.
Yeah, those towels are going to be used quite often as Tyrone Banks knocks down the first free throw attempt. Trying to chip away.
He's definitely been playing high energy first half.
Second one, Ramzadi goes 1 of 2. The lead will stay at 8 for the Dragons. And they might add to it with this offensive possession. And Hill, top of the circle. Brown for 3, he's hot, but cold there. Second chance opportunity, good. And Sariq extends the lead to 10, but a miss on the other end by the Magicians.
And Hill will bring it down the court. He's definitely doing a great job with controlling his team. He's definitely showing that
Tyler
he
Henry, Mr. Everything, gonna misfire from the baseline jumper. Banks gonna take it in, and the dish pass was to no avail, but the Lane College Dragons touched it last, out of bounds to the Magicians. And another timeout here. Media timeout taken on the court. Enjoy some activities from inside Lane Gym. An action-packed first half we have on our hands as the Dragons have a 10-point lead over the Magicians. And the home team trying to make a statement at home in front of this hometown crowd, which, by the way, it's about 20% of Magician fans that have made the hour and 30-minute trip from Memphis to come support their Magicians, who are down by 10. And the free throw line jumper banks it in off the glass. The shot that was by
Jalen Jackson.
Oh, that was Jalen Jackson, excuse me. Here's Fox. Ith from the baseline.
Great ball movement. Great ball movement from the Lane College Dragons, sinking that two-pointer. That was a great looks on the floor.
10-point lead for the Dragons yet again. Anderson gives it up to Booker. Devin Booker. Booker from the corner knocks it down. From behind the arc, cuts the lead to 7. And here's Hill. Working it up against Wilson. And the dish was to no avail as they lost the handle. Brandon Dansaw turns it over to the Magicians.
Those type of mistakes right there are the things that we have to control. We definitely can't afford those type of mistakes to happen within this game, especially in the first half.
It's been an action-packed first half, and the Magicians miss again from long range. Devin Booker can't connect. Here's Dansaw on the fast break.
Seems like he's really trying to warm up to that three-point line, don't you think?
I think he needs a little bit more attempts.
With the 2-point attempt, that was great.
Wow.
Great
from the free throw line. That
Brandon
was
Dansaw.
And a foul is going to be called against Falks. .09 left to go in the first half. A 9-point lead for the Dragons. A wonderful atmosphere we have on hands here at JF Lane Gymnasium. Not an empty seat in the house.
Seems like Coach didn't take any time to take Fox out, huh?
I think he's in a little bit of foul trouble.
LeMoyne-Owen has great ball movement. That was great defense down low.
And Stokes had it knocked away by Mason.
That right there is called great defense, and that's what we need the entire game.
Jackson gonna inbound with 9 to shoot. And a foul is gonna be called against Hill with 6 to shoot for the Magicians. And Hill not liking that one. Wilson gonna inbound. Got his name wrong on the previous attempt. Actually, they're gonna put a fresh 20 on the shot clock for the Magicians.
Great ball movement from the Magicians. They are definitely getting around the court. Definitely making a way for a shot to happen.
With 6 to shoot, Wilson in the lane of temper, no good.
That was great rebound.
Here come the Dragons. Daniel Hill gonna dish to the inside and easily off the glass. .8:15 left to go in an intense atmosphere, an 11-point lead for the Dragons.
Honestly, I don't even think we've reached the maximum intensity in this gym yet.
Wilson can't connect, rebound by Dansaw. Mason off the fast break, he's gonna get fouled by Wilson. And that's the first team foul for the Magicians as we go to another media timeout. Enjoy the in-gym festivities by our students and cheerleaders here at JF Lane Gymnasium. Welcome back under the lights of JF Lane Gymnasium. The Dragons enjoying an 11-point lead in an action-packed first half. Yet they have 5 fouls to LeMoyne-Owen's 1 foul that they committed before the media timeout. Great to be joined by Drama Jeffries. Julian Atkins with you.
We definitely have to keep this lead. We definitely need this momentum to completely stay in this game. We can't let the Magicians get close.
Daniel Hill can add to it, and here's Jordan Booker. Gonna swing it to Wilson. Top of the circle, this is Lawrence. A skip pass, 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound by Dansall. And Hill gonna bring it up the timeline. 3-pointer on the way, good! Miles Lee! And the Dragons extending the lead more and more. And LeMoyne-Owen has to find a way to chase the Dragons off of the 3-point line. Wilson gonna try to answer, and he will.
From Gerard Wilson, the freshman from Upland, California. He definitely did not hesitate to take that 3-point shot.
There's Ith. Mason. Lee. He's one of their sharpshooters. Hill with 7 to shoot.
It was a little short.
A desperation attempt, and it's going to knock out of bounds to the Dragons. And the Magicians are arguing that it hit off the hand of Hill. Erston Johnson gonna check in. Mason from 3-point range, that's no good, as that was actually Dansall. And here's LeMoyne-Owen gonna slow things down. Wilson gonna dish, and Booker, no good, and the putback opportunity was no good, but LeMoyne-Owen's gonna go to the line for a pair, Jaquan Lawrence.
Jaquan didn't give up on their attempt to complete the 2-point shot. Even though he didn't make the 2 points, he still made the attempt to even get in there.
They're actually going to call that an on-the-floor foul. The Dragons have one more foul to give, and LeMoyne-Owen is going to be the bonus. As Ray White checks in. And Dansall is going to take a seat. And that was clearly a shooting foul. Jordan Booker going to draw the foul and go to the line for a pair. Seventh team foul for the Dragons. And the Magicians are in the bonus. First shot is good. That chips away the lead. Gonna try to cut it to 9. An opportunity to seize a little bit of momentum. And they won't take advantage.
If the Dragons can keep this momentum, the game is definitely in the bag for them.
Brandon Mason gonna throw it out to Johnson. Against a 3-2 zone for the Magicians. Down low to Ith. Lost the handle and lost the possession, did the Dragons.
And it will be the Magicians' ball.
And here comes Booker. This is Jordan Booker. A couple of Bookers on the team for the Magicians. But this is Wilson. Gonna throw up an alley, and to no avail to Lawrence. And a 10-point lead for the Dragons. And a chance to add to it with 5:22 and counting left to go in the first half. An extremely action-packed first half. The Dragons trying to bounce back from a loss to Miles College. And so far doing an excellent job as Ike lost the handle, and Wilson will bring it up court for the Magicians. Devin Booker lost the handle, but they're going to say last touch by Ike of Lane, and the Magicians will retain possession with 24 seconds on the shot clock. 24 seconds in honor of Kobe Bryant. An NBA basketball legend will be missed dearly. Also will his daughter, Gigi Bryant, as Booker can't connect and opportunities were not taken advantage of. And Ray White lost the handle and lost the possession for the Dragons. And the Magicians are going to get fouled as they are in the bonus. They'll go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 situation. And it looks like the Magicians have found their mojo. The JF Lane Gymnasium coming off of win from Rust College, a 13-point lead, a 13-point win for the Magicians last time out. And Lawrence can't connect on the 1-and-1 opportunity. And what Lane College needs to do is slow things down a little bit. Slow the pace down. You have the lead, the momentum, and you have the ball right now. And White going to get charged with an offensive foul against Lawrence. And some of the home crowd not liking that one. And here's some of that intensity from the crowd that I mentioned early on in the game, in the beginning. Definitely not anticipating any type of animosity, as the crowd animosity is at an all-time high against the officials working this game. Outside from long range, connecting. Torius Carwell connects from long range and chips away the lead to 8. They're actually going to say that was a 2-pointer. Bandsaw, Lee. He's a game changer, and that's why. 10-point lead yet again for the Dragons. Step back jumper was no good, and the Lane College Dragons retain possession, and an easy lay-in. Give that one to Tyler Henry. Step back three-point opportunity was not taken by Banks, and he lost possession. Lee for three, no good. Put back, no good. And the Magicians gonna maintain possession. Carwell. 12-point lead for the Dragons. And it'll knock out of bounds. Great heads-up effort by Miles Lee. And the home crowd letting them hear it. As we have another media timeout, enjoy the festivities inside of Lane College Gymnasium here. Back here at Lane College Gymnasium, we might anticipate a fraternity and sorority battle that was not scheduled at halftime. Julian Atkins chopping it up with Jorma Jeffries. And what are your thoughts on the game so far, Jorma?
Well, the game is going pretty well. I think the momentum is definitely in the Lane College Dragons' hands. It's definitely showing a lot of momentum on their end. As long as they keep the ball on their end and high intensity, the game is going to go exactly how they want it to go.
Devin Booker cuts the lead down to 9, and Mason trying to extend. He can't. Henry will retain possession. And a blocking foul is going to be called against Lawrence. Or excuse me. Trying to clean up some sweat off the floor. Tyler Henry will go to the line for the Dragons. The freshman from Brooklyn, New York. Freshman has been an interesting factor all season for the Dragons. Two shots for Henry, the New York native. And the first one is good. Chance to extend it to 11. And he's going to take advantage. An 11-point lead here on the horizon at JF Lane Gymnasium, and Stokes going to get it back from Booker. Stokes going to take it all the way in, and he'll dish it out, but he'll turn it over. And in transition, Miles Lee, Henry from the baseline, 13-point lead for the Dragons. Stokes not afraid to take it into the lane of temper. What a game by Stokes so far. Back to an 11-point lead for the Dragons. Johnson. Lee, the hot man, no good. But the sharpshooter. And the Magicians, here they come on fast break. Three-pointer on the way, and good. Torius Carwell cuts it to 8. Sometimes when you take advantage of the early momentum, it slows down a little bit, and that's when the visiting team tries to mount a comeback. Lee missing from the free throw line. Here's Booker, gonna take it in and float it with no help from the iron or the glass. And here come the Magicians, drummer. As you can see, the Magicians are trying to mount a rally here as they're only down 6 after being down by as many as 13.
If the Lane College Dragons don't get a grip on this time right now, it's definitely going to be a very big problem. If they let the Magicians even slip up and get close to as 5 points up, I feel like the Magicians will definitely come in and try to execute as much as they didn't.
They're already within 6, 41 to 35, with 38 and a half seconds left to go in the first half. The Dragons lead it by 6. And the Dragons gonna roll it. And Booker,
with 34 seconds on the clock and ticking, they are definitely showing a lot of executions thus far. Hopefully they don't let the magicians sneak up.
Only a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. As Lee from the top of the circle gonna pull up, and he can't knock it down. 13 seconds left to go. The shot clock is off. And here's Banks. The game breaker gonna cut within 4. Henry rejected. That was a nice rejection by Toriano Stokes. And the Magicians seized the momentum in the first half as the Dragons still have a 4-point lead. And I hope you've enjoyed this action-packed game so far. Julian Atkins and Jorma Jeffries will be right back after a little bit of in-gym activities here at JF Lane Gymnasium. Welcome back to the action here at JF Lane Gymnasium. If you were listening, you just listened to a fraternity sorority battle that they have almost every single year and every single time they play LeMoyne-Owen. Great to be joined by Drummer Jeffries, Julian Atkins with you. And the start of the second half, Drummer, what were your thoughts on the first half of play?
Oh, the first half went rather fast. If we could have that same intensity from the Lane College Dragon that we did in the first half, I think we would be completely great.
Here's Stokes, lays it in and chips it in to 2. And the Dragons have loosened their grip. After being down by as many as 13, the Magicians managed to pull within 2. And now they have a chance to tie or take the lead. And Booker can capitalize as he tried to give the Magicians the lead. And the dish inside is going to be backed out. Henry going to dish to Ray White, who hits nothing from the free throw line. And it'll turn back over to the Magicians. Only a minute in, we've got action here in the second half. Here's Banks, gonna try to lay it in, but Ray White said, I wasn't having that one. But nevertheless, he drew the foul. Or excuse me, that was Lawrence that actually drew the foul. They'll go to the line with a chance to tie the game. And the first one rims out for Lawrence. Brandon Dansaw gonna check in for Ray White. And Lawrence has a chance to pull the Magicians within 1. And he'll capitalize on that one. Here's Johnson, tried to pull a fast break. Here's Henry from the side wing, working it up against Booker. And here's Dansaw from the baseline, gonna dish outside to Johnson and gonna try a 3, and that's no good. Batted up in the air for the rebound, and Johnson couldn't capitalize, but there is D'Angelo Brown for the cleanup. Lawrence from the baseline, and he's going to get fouled by Tyler Henry, and that's already the second team foul of the game for the Magicians. I mean, for the Dragons. So it'll send Jaquan Lawrence to the free throw line for a pair. A chance to chip it within 2, and he'll hit nothing on the first attempt, and some of the home crowd letting him hear it. .18:07 left to go in the second half, as Lawrence goes 0 for 2 from the line. It'll stay a 3-point game for the Magicians. I mean, for the Dragons. Here's Johnson. got his own rebound and a battle for the ball. And a timeout going to be called by the Dragons, as Dansaw dove for the ball quite nicely, and a little bit of action in the second half. A little bit more expected and anticipated from, as opposed to the first half. Jamal. Well, out of the timeout here, the Dragons lead the Magicians by 3. After trailing by as many as 13, they pulled in within 3.
Seems like the Magicians are trying to definitely trying to creep up on the Lane College Dragons. They definitely let them come back from a 11-point lead.
Henry with a couple of moves, an addition inside, lay it in and the foul. The freshman.
That was an aggressive.
Delivering big.
That was a highly aggressive crossover, and with the finisher, that's what made it complete.
Only a freshman, giving the Dragons a 6-point lead. And an offensive foul going to be committed by the Magicians. Jordan Booker. And the Dragons have seized the momentum again. Unfortunately, we don't have instant replay, but you can watch this game again on YouTube to relive that freshman mayhem moment from Tyler Henry. And a steal by the Magicians. And D'Angelo Brown says, not in my house. Here's Henry. Back to Henry. He's going to spot up for another 3, and it's no good. Booker. A little bit of the home crowd thought he traveled. And here's Fox showing some moves now. Lots of excitement build up in the second half, drummer.
I can definitely agree with that. There's definitely a lot of energy in this gym today, especially with that spectacular crossover from number 3.
And Brandon Dansaw, number 40, extends the lead to 8.
Dansaw has showed a lot of aggression within the paint. He has definitely been more than exciting when it comes to the paint range.
Here's Banks. In addition to Booker, Lawrence. And D'Angelo Brown's not having any of that. And Johnson going to be called for an offensive foul. Intense. Stokes tried to slam it home, but D'Angelo Brown said, no, you're not going to do that. And here come the Magicians trying to sees a little bit of momentum. And Henry could not capitalize. Here's Stokes. Gonna knock it off the hands of Johnson. 16 minutes even left to go in the second half. And Booker gets the friendly touch off the iron. Bounced around, but the important part is that it went in. And Lawrence with a steal attempt. They are going to capitalize, and Lawrence with a chance. And instead, Jordan Booker is going to lay it home easily, pull it within 4. Here's Henry, trying to get a screen from White. Three-pointer on the way, and good, D'Angelo Brown again. Booker to answer, and that's no good. Stokes to clean it up, and he'll get fouled by Ray White. Actually, they're going to call that one on Brown. 15:02 left to go in the second half, an action-packed second half. And I can't wait to see the outcome of this one. Enjoy some festivities in JF Lane Gymnasium. So out of the timeout here, the Dragons enjoying a 7-point lead over the Magicians, but Toriano Stokes trying to chip away at it as we've had an action-packed second half that has had everything that I expected it to be. A lot of crowd animosity, a lot of big plays, and a lot of momentum-seizing plays as Stokes off the mark on the first free throw attempt. Stokes again. Goes 0 for 2 from the line. 15 minutes left to go in the second half. Hill stolen. And a fast break opportunity for the Magicians, and they capitalize with Jordan Booker laying it in. Hill. Brown outside to Henry. And D'Angelo Brown gonna try to knock it down in the face of Stokes, but he couldn't connect. But Lane College has a fresh 20. And Basemore telling Henry to slow things down. Mason with 4 to shoot. And great defense by the Magicians. They'll trigger a shot clock violation as Andrew Anderson was all over Hill, hindering him from taking a shot. Well, what are your thoughts about that possession, Jorma?
Honestly, from the time that they actually started the whole thing, they should have actually rotated the ball from the beginning.
Lawrence going the other way and laying it in off the iron. And the Magicians pulling within 3. Hill with a screen from White. Miles Lee, a floater. Can't connect. And now the Magicians will knock it off Lee's foot. Anderson knocked it off the foot of Lee. And the Magicians have possession with 13:22 left to go in regulation. Here's Anderson. Anderson gets it back from Lawrence. Anderson trying to drive. And here's Booker with a step back jumper for 3. That's no good. And Daniel Hill, the rebound transition to D'Angelo Brown, lays it in. Anderson. And the Magicians turn it over. 3-on-2. Lee, their sharpshooter for 3, no good. They'll retain possession and they'll give it right back. And here's Devin Booker, will knock it off the foot of Hill. And a lot of big plays here in the second half. And now Ike gonna check in for D'Angelo Brown, as will Tyrone Banks. And Jordan Booker's gonna take his seat. Three-pointer was no good by Lawrence, Devin Booker, to try to chip it to 3, pull within 2, to no avail. Booker gonna back off, and here's Hill being pressured, and Lee, they're gonna dish it down low to Dansall with 4 to shoot, and couldn't get the touch off the iron, and the Dragons have another turnover. And Banks behind the back. Can he get the touch? No, he can't. Ike nearly lost it. Dansall. Henry from outside of the arc gonna slow things down.
The Lane College Dragons are definitely slowly letting the Magicians creep back up on them. We definitely have to keep the control in our hands.
Henry. And the bank was closed, denied for Henry. Here are the Magicians. Andrew Anderson, top of the circle, working it up against Hill. He'll dish to Banks, who's going to pull up, and he can't knock it down. I mean, 10 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the regulation. Dragons lead it by 5. Lee. Here's Henry. Gonna try to draw the foul, but he couldn't. And in transition, Booker gonna lay it in off the glass. And they pulled within 3, a one-possession game for the Dragons.
It's the simple mistakes that are holding the Lane College Dragons back.
You're absolutely right about that, Joma, but Henry couldn't extend the lead back to 3, and a foul going to be called on LeMoyne-Owen. They're going to tag that one on Lawrence. And a media timeout, I believe, is what LeMoyne-Owen is selling. And I guess the referees bought it. The referees are going to send it to immediate timeout as you enjoy the festivities that are going on here at Lane College Gymnasium. Julian Atkins, Jorma Jeffries with you. A 9-minute and 59-second half left to go in regulation. And the Lady Dragon cheerleaders apparently saying they want all of the smoke. There are a lot of LeMoyne-Owen fans here as the Dragons are at the free throw line. The LeMoyne-Owen fans just don't have an answer for the Lane College fans. Referees trying to discuss something here. I don't think Ith was checked in during that timeout. Joseph Logan at the line for the Dragons. Off target on the first free throw attempt. Second shot is money. Back to a two-possession game. How things are going right now, I think we're in store for a wild finish. Kind of a little bit of shades of the girls' game. Inside it goes to Stokes, but he'll get called for steps first. To 50, it's going the Dragons' way so far. And the Magicians trying to mount a rally here. But so far, the Dragons have had all the ounces to counter. Johnson. Hill in the corner. Here's Johnson again. 2 on the shot clock. Logan pulls up and can't knock it down. And a battle for the ball between Stokes and Dansall. The jump ball possession arrow will favor the Magicians. Top of the circle, Wilson. They're working around the perimeter to Anderson, back to Wilson. Stokes, or excuse me, Banks gonna lay it in and cut it within 2. 8:35 left to go in the second half. Lee from Dansaw. Hill gonna try to knock it down, and he can't connect. Dansaw with the rebound. And Johnson gonna try again, and they get the second chance opportunity. And it's back to a 5-point game. Here's Anderson, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Hill. Or is that Johnson? Actually, that's neither one. That's Lee. And that'll take us to another media timeout here at Lane College Gymnasium. A highly anticipated game has all that you can ask for. We'll be back. Welcome back to a loud and hostile Lane College JF Lane Gymnasium. Wilson wide open for three, and he knocks it down, answers the three from the Dragons, and cuts it within two again. And it appears to be a little bit of animosity between the Lane College cheerleaders and some of the LeMoyne-Owen fans as Daniel Hill gets that touch off the glass and then the iron. From the baseline, no good. A battle for the ball. A crossover. And Johnson gonna try a three, but it hits nothing. And then Logan gonna lay it in. Wilson, a floater, no good. Rebound by Logan, and it's stolen away. And Booker gonna lay it off the glass. A two-possession game for the Dragons. Hill. Inside to Logan. And Logan gonna be charged with an offensive foul. Brown and White are going to check back in for the Dragons. And the intensity of this game is at an all-time high. .620 and counting left to go in the second half. And Jordan Booker going to lay it in off the baseline. And they've pulled within two again. 61 to 59. And Johnson has it rejected by Stokes. And here come the Magicians. Jordan Booker, a blocking foul, and a chance to take the lead. (61-61). Jordan Booker with a chance to give LeMoyne-Owen their first lead of the game. And he'll take full advantage as the free throw rattles in around the iron. Here's Hill. A floater, no good. And it looks like the Dragons are letting LeMoyne-Owen back into this game with their poor decision-making. Tyrone Banks going to go to the line with a chance to extend the lead. And he will not. 62-61. A greatly anticipated game. Has all that you can ask for. Henry tried a crossover again to no avail. And here's Lee. Back to Henry. With 7 to shoot, Henry gonna try to knock it down to no avail. And the Magicians gonna retain possession. Behind the back, Stokes all the way and couldn't go coast to coast. He got his own rebound and Henry will take it back. Henry gets it from White. 4:40 left to go in regulation. Tyler Henry with 6 to shoot. And Ray White gonna lay it in. And the Dragons reclaim the lead. Back and forth we are going here at JF Lane Gymnasium. Stokes to Lawrence. Step back jumper. Can't connect. And Stokes, or excuse me, Booker is going to get called for a foul. Only LeMoyne-Owen's third team foul of the second half. And Wilson going to check back in for the Magicians as Stokes, or excuse me, Banks will take a seat. White. Three-pointer, no good. And Wilson the rebound. Booker with a chance to take the lead for the Magicians. And there's Devin Booker who couldn't capitalize. And they turn it right back over. It looked like a foul, but Jordan Booker couldn't connect. And now he gets his own rebound. And this is Devin Booker, and he'll call a timeout. 16 on the shot clock. A lot of sweat on the floor. A highly anticipated game with a lot of intensity. .318 left to go in the second half. Julian Atkins here with Drummer Jeffries. And Drummer, what are your thoughts here?
Oh, so far the game was going very well. I think they really let the Magicians sneak in and take over, especially with all of the energy coming from Booker. He is definitely playing a very extreme extreme game. He has full control over the team, full control over what is going on the floor. He's showing the true definition of a true point guard.
Still plenty of time left. 3:18 left to go. The LeMoyne-Owen Magicians. Out in trailing the Lane College Dragons 63-62. And Henry's going to get called with a foul against Wilson. And that'll send Wilson to the line for a 1-and-1 situation.
The referees are definitely not letting up this game.
And a timeout going to be called. I think this is a media timeout. If this is a media timeout, it should be our last one of the game, as the Magicians have rallied and they're down 1 here in the second half. It's been a highly intense game from start to finish, Drummer. The Magicians are in a bonus situation back here at Lane College Gymnasium. Wilson trying to tie, and he won't. And a foul's going to be committed against Jordan Booker, as LeMoyne-Owen has about 2 more fouls to give. Here's Hill. White gonna dish it to Henry, who gets it back to White. Turnaround jumper, no good. And a fresh 20 on the shot clock for the Dragons. Swing pass to the baseline, back to Henry. And a kickball violation going to be called on Wilson, with only 8 to shoot. Dish pass to Hill, and now a skip pass to Henry. Inside, what a finish. Great finish there by Kendavius Webster. Kendravius Webster, excuse me. Three-point lead for the Dragons. Inside it goes to Booker, trying to reverse layup to no avail. And the Dragons have the lead and the ball. Here's Hill. White. Little Pau Gasol floater to no avail. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Hill. Interesting call there. They're going to say Hill extended the elbow. 1:30 left to go in the second half in regulation. And another foul is going to be called on the Magicians. Or excuse me, the Dragons. And Jordan Booker is going to be at the line for 2 shots as the Magicians are on the double bonus. Jordan Booker, an excellent free throw shooter. Excellent free throw shooting team is LeMoyne-Owen. Has a chance. Second shot. And the Chicago native cuts the lead to 1 with 1:29 left to go. A 30-second timeout called by the Dragons. A highly anticipated game, a lot of intensity. But most importantly, a lot of fun, Jeremy.
Definitely the flow of this game. Everything it seems to be really coming into place for the Magicians, especially from a 1-point lead. The Magicians still have a chance, especially coming from a 11-point lead now to a 1-point lead. Everything just has to go smoothly with the Lane College Dragons. They have to just play as a team and stop making small mistakes.
Well, I forgot what I was about to say, but the Dragons have the lead and the ball. Well, that's what I was about to say. The last 2 minutes are really the most competitive moments in college and NBA basketball. And they couldn't turn it over. They didn't. And Hill from outside. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And Wilson retains the rebound off the miss. And Wilson from Booker. Wilson all alone. Can't knock it down. Had a chance to extend it to 2. And a timeout's going to be called by Coach Basemore with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Well, a full timeout taken by Lane College, and it's a 65-64 game. And I think you're within a minute to go in the game. Well, festivities in the game. 38 seconds left to go, and it is a 14-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hill. They're going to try to hold on for the last shot. They've got 8 seconds to shoot. Hill. And a foul is going to be called against Lane. Well, excuse me, it's going to be called against LeMoyne-Owen on the floor with the shot clock is off. The Magicians have one foul to give, and they'll call a timeout. I think it's a 30-second timeout. Well, you have the lead in the ball, and it's only 18 seconds left. If you're Coach Basemore, what do you do?
Honestly, all the Lane College Dragons have to do is literally hold the ball, and the game is theirs. With no simple mistakes, the game is theirs.
Back here at Lane College Gymnasium, it's 18.3 seconds left in regulation. Highly anticipated game. And D'Angelo Brown is going to be fouled by Jordan Booker. 1-and-1 situation for the Dragons. They're 14 seconds away from vengeance after losing in Memphis 9 days ago. And they brought in their big man, Toriano Stokes, as D'Angelo Brown shooting 1-and-1. And the first one sinks for D'Angelo Brown, and even if he makes the second one, it's still a one possession game. Second shot is good. And Dansall will check back in for the Dragons to guard their big man Stokes. Actually, Stokes will take a seat. It's going to be Carwell, their sharpshooter at the line, or excuse me, into the game for the Magicians. And Jordan Booker lays it up and in. 7.7 left to go. And a 1-point lead for the Dragons. And Coach William Anderson calls a full timeout for the Magicians. Very intense game we have on our hands. 7.7 left to go. So Lane College with the lead and the ball. The Magicians do have another foul to give. And Henry's going to be fouled. 1-and-1 opportunity, 6.7 left to go. The officials trying to sort something out here. Julian Atkins here with Drama Jeffries, and this game has been extremely intense from start to finish, and now the Dragons have a chance to extend the lead to 3, but the Magicians still have a chance here. They're holding on to a little bit of slight sliver string of hope. Technical foul is going to be called on LeMoyne-Owen. So Brown at the line to possibly put this game away. And it's a 2-point lead. This is Henry who got fouled. A 1-and-1 attempt trying to put this game away. And another timeout's going to be called by LeMoyne-Owen. Back in the lane gymnasium, Tyler Henry with a chance to extend the lead to 3. And he will. One more free throw and this game is on ice. And a 2-possession game. Here's Wilson. Can't connect from long range, and the Dragons come away with a win somehow. 70-66. We hope you've enjoyed the intensity from start to finish. And the Dragons get their revenge on LeMoyne-Owen. And it has been a heck of a game on both teams. The girls took an extra 5 minutes, but the boys got it done in 2 halves. And the Dragons come in and were fully motivated, and they snap a 4-game losing streak. What a night here in Jackson. And thank you for those of you who tuned in from the entire Mass Comm department here at Lane College and my partner, Drama Jeffries. I'm Julian Atkins saying so long, and thank you for tuning in. Have a great, blessed night.